In this video, we are going to see the connections of 3-channel Arcnics Smart Retrofit Switch module. So this module can control 3 appliances at your home. I'm going to narrate the connections, the wiring connections of the same module. Right, so this module has 6 terminals here at the bottom and 3 wires on the top that you can see here, the white color wires. So here L and N are the main terminals, like which acts as input to the modules. So these 2 are the only inputs to the module, and the rest all acts as output from the module. So the L and N are nothing but live and neutral from your main circuit board. So what I've done, I've taken these 2 plastic modules. Assume this as your main live and neutral, which comes inside the switchboard. So I taken this plastic module and I shorted these connections, so which acts as neutral for all these 4 terminals. It acts as neutral because I taken the black, which is neutral wire, and I shorted these connections. So I've done the same for the live wire as well. So I've taken the live wire from main board and I've used something like this, and I've shorted all these 4. So all these are again the live connections. So as I said, this module would have 2 main inputs, the live and neutral. So I've taken a red wire from the main live and I've given it to the L terminal of the module. And similarly, I've taken a black wire from the neutral of the appliance of the main board, from this plastic module, and I've given this to the N. So the live and neutral comes as the inputs to the module. So these 2 main connections are done. So now the L1, L2 and L3 are the output to the appliances. So for this video purpose, I'm using the yellow bulb as the L1 appliance, the red bulb as L2 appliance, and the blue bulb as L3 appliance. So for make it easy to identify, so I taken the same color wires. For yellow bulb, I taken the yellow wire, and for red bulb, I taken the red wire, and for blue bulb, I taken the blue wire, as you can see. So these 3 are the outputs from the module and are the live inputs to the appliance. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect these 3 to L1, L2 and L3 respectively, like yellow, red and blue, and then we'll come back to the rest of the connections. Now I've given the appliance connections L1, L2 and L3. So L1, the yellow color wire, I connected to L1 here, and the red wire, which acts as the appliance 2, I've connected to L2, and the blue wire, which acts as input to appliance 3, I've connected L3. So right now these 5 connections are over, and the only connection pending here is COM. So I've just connected a black wire and I left it empty. The reason why I've connected black is COM is nothing but the neutral connection. So this connection would go to the switch. I'll just narrate the switch connections quickly for these 3 white wires and the black one, the COM connection as well. So from here you can see the 2 boxes here. So these 3 are the actual switches. Right, so as you can see, one side of the switch we are going to connect these S1, S2 and S3, these white color wires, and the other side we are going to connect this COM, common or neutral, as a common connection to all the 3 switches. So I'm going to complete these 2 connections. So one thing that we have to keep in mind is S1 would control the L1 appliance, S2 would control the L2 appliance, S3 would control the L3 appliance, and the order of this wire right here is on the same way, as indicated. The top wire is S1, the middle wire is S2, and the bottom wire is S3. So I'm going to connect these 3 to the switch, and then we'll see how the connection should be given for COM. So I'm taking a switchboard here. I would recommend to remove all the existing connections from the switchboard. So here I've taken a switchboard and I've just marked all these with the numbers right from 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to use 1, 2 and 3 switches, and I'm going to give S1 to switch 1, S2 to switch 2, and S3 to switch 3, and the other side of the switches should be common connected together. So I'm going to give those connections right now. So now you can see I'd given the connections for S1, S2 and S3. So S1, the top wire I'd given to 1, switch number 1 here, as you can see. And S2 I had given to 2 and S3 I had given to 3. So all S1, S2 and S3 are in order and given to 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, as per the circuit connection here from what you can see in the module, there is a COM connection that is shared between all 3 switches. So what I have done, I have taken this black color wire. Again, COM is nothing but neutral. I'm taking this from the COM port here and I have shorted this to all 3 switches, as you can see. So this black wire comes here. So I've just shorted it from here to here and from here to here. So all 3 switches has common in connection, and S1, S2 and S3. So I think that's the connection. So we can just go ahead and turn on the main and see if all 3 lights are working as expected. So 1 should control yellow, 2 should control red, and 3 should ideally control the blue one. So I'm just going to turn on the power supply right now and we'll just test it out. So the power supply is now on. You can see all 3 lights are turned on at the moment. So I'm going to try controlling these from the switches. Okay, so 1 turns off the yellow, 2 turns off the red, and 3 turns off the blue. So similarly, I'm going to turn on 1, 2 and 3. The connection whichever way given is the right one. So yeah, we can control these modules using the app as well. And that's pretty much it about the connections. Thank you.